Moi. Well, today I wanted to uh, get into the grammar bits. No, sorry, that's not right. I wanted to get into the phrase structure bits, and I did with one post about it on some blog. It kind of shed some light on how the language works and how the cases work. Uh, but I think I'll need my computer to be fixed before I actually delve into learning the language with some sort of database or a book or something. I can I can get a book probably online somewhere, you know. And I'm afraid I don't remember many of the words that I repeated or read yesterday, though I think I still have the phonetics down to some extent. But at the moment, I don't even know how to tell you what my name is. So until then, I will remain Newman, which is kind of my surname. And that's I will introduce myself once I learn how to do that. It's weird that in a list with basic phrases there was no basic phrase for that or for telling people your age. That's, now that I think of it, it's kind of odd. Isn't that one of the first things you learn when you start learning a language? Which reminds me that I was trying to download an app of some kind, and I refuse to download Duolingo because that shit is annoying. But all the apps that I found, which were free, were either there was one that seemed good, but you had to pay for it, and unfortunately some people aren't rich, which is my case, and the other apps that I found didn't offer Finnish. They offered German and Portuguese, which I obviously already speak, and English, which also obviously I already speak, and German, which I also already speak, French, which I also already speak, and Spanish, which I also already speak. And like the only language in those apps that the only two languages actually in those apps that I didn't actually speak were Swedish, which one day I'll try to learn the right kind of Swedish, the Moomin Swedish. I don't I don't really like the sound of the Swedish that they speak in Sweden. There's something odd about it. And I did watch Moomin in, you know, the original Swedish, which is Swedish from Finland, and I prefer the way it sounds. So, if I were ever to learn Swedish, I'd like to learn it that way. And then the other language that I didn't speak was Russian. And that's a funny story because I did have one semester at university of Russian, but I didn't really learn much from it aside from how to read, kind of. And some basic phrases because my professor wasn't very good. He wasn't a bad person, but he wasn't a good professor. He wasn't good at teaching, and I don't know how how I I wasn't teaching Russian. How he was still there teaching, because I mean nobody learned shit with him, and that's just a fact. He did fix a crick I had in my back though, because we had the homework, which um, was basically to write some sentences using some worksheets that he'd given us, and I wrote that I couldn't sleep for too long. And the phrase was correct, but don't ask me what it was because I don't remember. But it was true. I cannot sleep for too long because my back starts aching. At the time it was just a crick, now it's scoliosis. And me lying in bed like an asshole uh, doesn't help. But the thing is that this man, after hearing me say that I can't sleep for too long because my back hurts if I do, he pulled me outside and basically got rid of the crick. Just, yeah, the things that happened in Russian class. Um, yeah, what, what do I remember from the basic phrases from yesterday? Kiitos or kiitos. No, I think it's kiitos because I've heard Mishka saying it. Yeah, kiitos. Valitan. That's a useful one. I completely forgot how to say that. My suomea is bad. Valitan. Or that I don't understand. But as soon as I have my computer back, I will write those basic phrases down on a piece of paper and uh, try to memorize them along with the basics that that list didn't really cover, such as my name is, I am age, I am from place. I, it's still bugging me that it wasn't included. It included how's your family, Merry Christmas and stuff like that, but no my name is or anything. Yeah, I need to speak for a bit longer because then this will look like um YouTuber long video. That's not the point. My channel is not monetized. Um, what else do I know about Finland? I know Mr. Kimi, uh, Rai, 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 Räikkönen, I think his name is, the Formula One pilot, and I really like him. His goals, honestly, he's such an icon because I mean, people ask him questions and he replies, but he does so in such a direct way that it's funny, even though he's just answering the question. Like, you ask him a yes or no question and he answers you with yes or no. And I'll never forget the interviewer who asked him uh, something like, it wasn't your decision to leave Ferrari, but it was your decision to go back to so so some brand from Switzerland, I think. I don't remember. I'm really sorry. Um, and he was like, he just looked at the camera like, why not? And that's like, yeah, why not? What's wrong with that brand? I mean, yeah, Ferrari is flashier, but really, he strikes me as a nice person. Really, he strikes me as an honest person. And many people in the comments of the videos that I watched were like, "This man is the representation of the Finnish spirit." And someone even said that in Finland there's no awkward silence, there's just silence. And I thought that was interesting and would like to uh, look into it when I get the chance because it's interesting to me that people don't feel the need to talk since from the cultures I'm from, people just never shut the fuck up. And it's kind of, you know, I mean, that's the reason why international fans think Kimi is such a character, because he behaves in a way that's odd to people who are not familiar with Finnish culture and Finnish ways of being. As someone said uh, under one of my comments in one of Mishka's videos, uh, it's very unfinnish to go around asking people for things. It's very. I mean, yeah, I can understand that, but I think I'm connecting that with the old silence thing, and yeah, I want to understand the culture of Finland. I am a language student. I'm a linguist. I have a master's degree, and we had the language classes, of course, the literature classes, which was separate from the actual language classes, and we had culture classes, which were basically history of the countries where the languages we were learning were spoken. Because it's important to know the people speak the language, to understand the language, because a language is a particular way to see the world, if that makes sense. So, yeah, it kind of breaks my heart to think that everyday languages are dying because of English, because of the colonization of the world with the English language. What are the things I know about Finland? I'm going to let this reach 20 minutes. I don't give a shit. Who's watching these anyway? Other things I know about Finland, that Finland had, if not the most, one of the most uh, famous snipers in history. And I think he's the one who has the highest body count, Mr. Shimo. Mr. Shimo. I'm not gonna butcher his surname. Hiya, hiya, hiya. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't remember how it was spelled. It had those A's with the dots over it. Hi, how, 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 how? I don't know. I'm really sorry, but I think he's quite the character because he was just a farmer and a hunter, and before he even was allowed to join the military, he joined the militias against the Russians and started his training. And then when he could join, he did join. And this man was ruthless. He just wanted the Russians out of the land at all costs. And I think that's amazing, personally. Because Finland was being colonized by Russia. And while it seems like the Swedes, I mean, they, of course, they left the language in there. That's what all colonizers do. But they weren't as shitty as the Russians. So, yeah, it's kind of funny that the Russians nicknamed them the White Death because he dressed all in white and hid in the snow with his rifle, with no with nothing to, no, nothing to what's it called? I don't remember. The thing that's nowadays there's a red light in it. I don't remember the fucking name. But his were so nice. This man had the vision. This man had 2020 vision. I think the story goes that he managed to hit the same target 10 times. within 1 minute in those days when reloading a rifle took a long time. Like, can you imagine how good it was? I mean, I would be proud to have a national hero like that. I mean, to me, he's a hero. And then they got him in the face, and he was pronounced dead. But some guy was sent to find his body because, of course, he was a hero. And then this guy saw someone moving and went to check, and it was Shimo. It was Shimo when he was alive, and after a week in hospital, his face still all messed up. He wrote to the newspaper to tell them that no, Mr. Shimo, Mr. Shimo was not dead. The Russians hadn't killed him, and he still wanted to go back into the battlefield, but they didn't allow him. I'm glad they didn't. This man got to live into the 21st century, which is great because he got to see the fall of the Soviet Union, and I think that's great. No hate to the Russians, no hate to the Russians, but what they did to Finland, yeah, I'm glad Mr. Shimo got to see that and live for over 10 years after the fall of the Soviet Union. That's a long video, nobody's gonna watch it, but that's it. Hey, hey.